Hello, my name is Brandon Burton with Restoration Sciences Academy, a division of Legend Brands. I'd like to take a moment and talk to you about the Dragon X2, our newest portable indirect fired furnace. The Dragon X2 incorporates a 100,000 BTU indirect fired furnace system that is mounted above a fuel tank that has the capacity to allow the system to run constantly for 3 days in total length. Critical for restoration projects is to allow the furnace system being utilized for drying to have enough runtime to last between monitoring visits. At 3 days of runtime, there's plenty of fuel on board for the machine to continue in operation between your visits to the job site. The airflow produced by the Dragon is ducted in 3 8-inch ports. This gives us flexibility so that we can deliver the warm, dry air to multiple locations throughout the structure. The air can be delivered to spaces above the structure and below, such as a crawl space, or to multiple entry points throughout the living space. The trailer mounting system of the Dragon X2 allows for 2 storage chambers with the Dragon X2 for storage of things like your ductwork, your thermostat, and other hardware and accessories necessary for installation of the equipment. Inside of this bay, on this side of the system, we can also see that we have a fuel monitoring gauge, an operation control gauge, and a remote thermostat. The remote thermostat gives me more than 50 feet of range to control temperature remotely from the system, so that I can control temperature at the opposite end of a building being dried. The thermostat gives me great flexibility in the temperature control that I'm trying to establish. Not only can I control the temperature set point that I want to control to, I can also control the range of temperatures between the cycling on and cycling off of the system. So tremendous control and flexibility. The operation of the X2 allows for continuous operation, a fan-only ventilation operation, or the thermostatically controlled operation. As I had mentioned, this is an indirect fired furnace system. All of the byproducts of combustion, including the moisture and carbon monoxide from the Dragon X2, are exhausted to the outside of the facility, while the air being produced for the heating purposes is all directed as clean, dry air into the building. This prevents the mixing of moisture into the environment. It also prevents the mixing of potentially dangerous gases into the environment. Finally, last but not least, the Dragon X2 is also a ductable furnace. Not only can I duct the air coming off of the system, but I can also duct return air to the system. I can attach on the opposite end of the Dragon X2 an inlet ring 12 inches in diameter to the entry point of the Dragon, which is approximately 20 inches in diameter. This allows me to bring heated air back to the Dragon X2 from the structure being heated, while still allowing for some fresh makeup air, the dry air from outside, to be brought into the building separately so that we can still have our heat and air exchange drying system.